We're doing pretty well. So it's been a long month and some odd days. I think we stopped counting once we left the hospital. But it has been good in the sense of we have two choices. We can let this beat us down, or we can learn from it and grow from it, and we know that's exactly what Rylie would want from us. And I think we've been so touched by the way our communities have come out and supported us in ways of bringing food to our house or re-landscaping our front yard and coming out to events like last night at the 105 Brewery. It just has been absolutely phenomenal. All of our communities, hockey, triathlon, school, Castle Rock, it has been crazy ridiculous in a good way.
Has it kind of opened your eyes how many lives Rylie touched?
Yeah.
Yeah, it has been, and it's been extremely humbling. You know, the hockey community is very tight, so they've reached out much more than we expected. But outside of that, you know, 105 Brewery had a event last night, and the amount of people from the Castle Rock community and from Parker and people we didn't even know has been amazing. And even today, I went to go get a haircut, and a lady there looked at me and she's like, "Are you Riley's dad?" And it was, you know, it's been great. You know, we're kind of living moment by moment right now, and we try to get as many good moments in as possible, and remind ourselves that, you know, Riley's really touched a lot of people, and we want to respect that also.
It seems as though strangers, I mean, you've had your close friends, your hockey groups, like you said, but I guess the part that really blows me away is when complete strangers have reached out. Can you talk to me about some of those things?
It's been amazing. I mean, we started the Rally for Rylie Facebook page as a way, honestly, it was selfish. We just wanted to be able to have one place to tell people what was going on. And we've had hundreds of thousands of people comment on things. People in the UK, there are blue shoes hanging on a door in Dubai. I mean, it is crazy to see people reaching out, and I've had so many messages. You don't know me, but I've read your post, and I'm trying to say yes more to my kids, or yes more to my husband or wife, and things like that. And I think that's the most powerful message that we've taken away from this, is the little things Rylie taught us when we didn't even know she was teaching them to us.
Yeah.
And what do you think is having so much impact? Why do you think it's bringing this out of people?
I don't know. I think, you know, I don't know why, but I think that it's great that it is happening. You know, especially kind of in the climate that we've been in lately. It's reassuring to see that there's kindness in people, and I think maybe it's just the excuse that people need to have to kind of reach out and talk to a stranger, or, you know, give a random person a hug that they've read about on Facebook. So that's been great, and that's been extremely powerful, and that's one of the blessings I think that Rylie gave us that we didn't realize until now.
And you had talked about some of these lessons. What do you mean by that?
So Rylie had the most kind heart, and we knew that, but we're her parents, and we have her every day, and you know, we'd argue over who was going to clean up the breakfast dishes and things like that. But now that we've had to take a step back, and we look at the things Rylie did, I had a kid come up to me yesterday that she went to school with that hugged me and said, "Mrs. G, she took time every day to say hi to me. Every single day, and I didn't realize it, and I started carrying her picture with me when she couldn't finish 7th grade with me." So it's those types of things, and that was unsolicited and just Rylie. That was just who she was.
I know, just following your Facebook page, one of the most powerful posts to me was the writing on the window at the hospital. Can you talk to us about that?
Yeah, so that was me stalking her. I was stalking her Instagram page, and Rylie loved Pinterest like we all do, or I do.
No.
Okay, I do. And she was notorious for finding quotes and things like that. At the AVA rally, I had read something that Rylie had written down. I don't think it was actually her quote, or it was a compilation of things, but she was very much a motivational, like, let's everyone be friends, let's all have a great day, that kind of a thing. And so that quote that she wrote on the window is, I assume, something that she created because of some of the little personality things at the end, like, wow, wasn't that deep? So it's just who she is, and she wrote some stuff in her room because I, again, was stalking her and going through some things, and it's just, that's Rylie.
Yeah.
She was the one that always would smile at somebody or pull them along and say, have a great day, and that's
And that was, honestly, that was her goal in life, was always to make somebody smile. And she would, if she saw somebody that was down, she would go up and try to joke with them or tell them that it was all right or give them a hug or whatever. That's just kind of the way she was. So
It seems like she hasn't even stopped doing that now.
right.
no, and
I think that's been the thing that's been so touching for us, is just to see that impact. And like I said, people coming up to us and saying, wow, I didn't realize, or, you know, that post you wrote made me pause and think about how I should react in this situation. And so that has been very powerful for us as a family.
Can you share the St. Baldricks story with us? How old and young she was?
I can, yeah.
I can do it.
Mind with that?
No, I didn't think
Do you
about
want to
it.
do it?
Oh,
Or?
No, I don't know anything.
The,
So, Rylie started doing triathlons when she was younger, and she joined a club that had a family that had suffered from cancer. The little brother had suffered from cancer, and as a tribute, he is a survivor, so every year they do St. Baldricks, and Rylie thought, that is the coolest thing ever. I want to do that. And so we said, okay, but let's make sure you really want to do it. We made her wait a year, and like a year to the date, she said, okay, I'm ready. Let's go do this. So she raised almost $2,000 and shaved her head, and got her grandpa to go up there and shave his head, and then she got to shave Ziggy's head. So it was a big kind of ordeal, but she just really wanted to reach out and help others that are less fortunate and things like that than her, which is one of the things that we are going to try to do. And as somebody asked about the lessons we've learned, at her celebration of life, we are asking for 3 things in lieu of flowers. One of them is donations to the Dumb Friends League and the Buddy Center, because she is a dog lover, or was a dog lover. The other one is we are going to set up a little free library in her name in Festival Park here in Castle Rock, so donations of books that can be given and taken at leisure because she was a reader. And then the third one is something that's really dear to our hearts. When we were at the PICU, the children's staff was phenomenal, but there were a lot of people there that did not have the support we did. Every time people came, they brought us Sudoku puzzles or chapstick or tissues or anything like that. So we're going to be making little goodie bags to go to PICU families that don't have that support system. And those are all 3 things that I think Rylie would have wanted to do.
What would you say to the community right now? This is your chance.
I think we just, there's not a lot of words. I mean, thank you is,
Doesn't even cut it.
it doesn't even cut it. And Megan's much more articulate than I am, hence why we've been married long enough, I know when to be quiet. So, but I think, you know, thank you and the amount of support and everything has really, it's lifted us up, and to know that there's been that much of an impact and there's that much caring and kindness around has helped us through, you know, some of the darkest days that we've had to go through. And you know, everyone keeps asking, you know, what can you do and what can we do and how can we help? And honestly, it's, you know, just being there as a person. You know, I mean, you don't even have to say anything, just sit down in a chair next to us, or, you know, come up and give us a hug, you know, and there's, you know, you can say whatever's on your heart. It's not going to offend us at all. I mean, we've been very fortunate with the outreach of the communities, and it has helped us a lot in this early stages.
And kind of to your point, I mean, what got you guys through this, especially those days in the hospital? And I know it's kind of like, you know, it probably can get to be a little much, having to go
I mean,
And you slept there.
I think each other. I mean, it's us, but on top of that, it's the huge support system that we had that we didn't know existed. I've joked with Ziggy and other people. I didn't know I knew this many people. We all have our Facebook pages with however many gazillion friends, but we literally have a lot of friends. It's awesome. So, but being able to be with each other and support each other and know that we were learning from this and able to share that.
Yeah, and I think a lot when we were in the hospital, you know, we kind of had a little bit of a routine, and actually the first night home was probably more challenging than the last week that we were at the PICU. But you know, I would go across and stay at the hotel, and Megan would stay in the room with Rylie for most of the time, and we would spend a couple hours together at night and do Facebook posts, and that was kind of therapy for us a lot. And the staff there helped a tremendous amount, you know.
They are family now.
They are. I mean, they were great with giving us realistic views and information and respecting decisions. And as hard as a lot of those conversations that we had to have, they were necessary. And if we didn't have those, we'd probably be in a lot darker of a place than we were right now. So we've been very fortunate with the amount of people from family and friends and to the staff at Children's Hospital.
And I wanted to ask Megan, because I know I'm reading your Facebook post and you said now you're writing for Rylie. Tell us about that.
I'm an English teacher, so words are my friend most of the time. So that's just the way I process. And I figure that I can write and I can process, and if anyone else happens to read those words and they take something from it, wow, that's kind of awesome, especially for an English teacher. So I just think that's my way of keeping Rylie alive. And you know, her spirit is still here and with us, and it will be forever.
You guys seem like you're doing so well. There still have to be tough days, though.
There's tough days, there's tough moments.
I think it's more moments.
Like this morning, I went to go get a haircut, and the last time I got a haircut was April 29th, so that was the day of the accident. And I knew it, but I sat down in the chair, and you know, and the lady that was cutting my hair, you know, typical icebreaker questions, you know, she asked, well, how many kids do you have? And
those are the questions you haven't figured out how to answer yet.
And
you know,
so
we have two,
I paused for quite a while, and I was, you know, just kind of sat there, and I was, you know, I'm like, well, one, and then I didn't quite know how to answer it, and still I don't know really how to answer it, but you know, I talked to her, and then eventually, yeah, I had told her about Rylie and the Facebook page, and she was overwhelmed, but it worked out all right, and those are things that I think the community, even, you know, she had no idea who I was, but she was graceful enough and understood, you know, the human condition, that she was able to work through that with me also. But those are the things that, you know, are going to continually hit us, and they'll hit us. You know, we've talked to other families that are 8 years removed from this situation, and it still pops up every day. So, and it's good too, though. I mean, there's memories that come back, and you're like, oh, that's awesome. And
that was the fun part about last night, is gathering with the community and talking with people and having those memories. And you know, we are learning our new normal and how to deal with those awkward questions or those awkward moments of should I or shouldn't I hug you, or how does that work? And I think that's just we are learning through, and we'll grow and hopefully help other people learn how to deal with awkward situations too.
Yeah.
And I'm sorry. The thing that I noticed is, you know, in your talking in the posts is just how we get so busy, and this has really made you maybe realize some of those moments that we just take for granted or miss or overlook.
Yeah, and I guess that's maybe one of the reasons I'm writing too, is I would not wish what we are going through on my worst enemy. But if we can share that moment of, hey, does it matter if the dishes are still in the sink? Not so much. Does it matter if we snuggle up on the couch for a couple minutes, or I learn how to play MLB The Show or whatever it is that I don't know how to play? You know, those are the things that we will take and grow from, and things that we will miss a little bit with, well, a lot of it with Rylie. But hopefully everyone can pause, take a minute, say yes, and have a memory instead of an argument.
So we got the news today that the driver's not going to be charged. Just your reaction to that?
But, you know, when it happened, you know, there was no hard feelings either way. You know, I mean, accidents happen, and there's lots of things that go on in that.
Ultimately, the driver the driver is a human, as are we, and Rylie had a very strong faith, and we know that she would not fault anyone or anything like that. And so again, we're learning from our 12-year-old daughter, who is like, hey, it's okay, accidents happen. This is an opportunity to learn and grow, and we will do that, and we will love, and we will forgive and move on.
You guys are awesome. Thank you so much for taking the time to do this.
I was going to say, lastly, can you tell us about the tree and the shoes, just for people that don't know?
Well, so the tree
Is a mystery.
It's still a mystery, actually. The tree was the start or the finish, however you want to look at it. But they had wrapped every tree on this, going out all the way down that road and all the way to the highway. All the trees were wrapped with single ribbons, and we didn't know about it.
We were at dinner.
Yeah, we had some friends over for dinner, and then somebody left a basket on our front porch. So we don't know who did it, but it was great. I didn't find out about the rest of the stuff until the next morning, when my father and Tanner and I went to go for a hike, and then we were driving out and we saw all the ribbons.
With little green Rylies and stuff like that. So that was just somebody, kind-hearted soul, that did that, and it's fun to, I mean, every day we drive and think, oh look, there's another tree we didn't realize. And the blue shoes was just kind of an awareness thing that one of our friends helped us kind of come up with. Rylie was an athlete. She loved to run, she loved to hike, she loved, blue is her favorite color. So we decided, hey, why not? Let's paint some shoes blue and hang them. And there's blue shoes down the road. We were taking a walk the other day, and like I said, people in the UK and Dubai and all sorts of crazy places have done blue shoes. They're out in North Carolina and South Carolina. It's been a lot of fun to see that.
Yeah, and it's a lot of fun to see that, and that's just kind of reassures us that there's kind people out there, and that
and the be happy quotes, they're everywhere too.
Yes.
They're showing up on sidewalks all over the place.
Yeah. So.
Megan, where do you teach?
I taught at Aspen View the last four years, Aspen View Academy, which is where Tanner goes and Rylie went. But this fall I'll be teaching at Castle View High School.
Thank you very much.
Thank you, guys.
Was the celebration at the...
Oh, we forgot to mention that.
Talk about the celebration.
Yeah.
It's open for the public.
Okay.
Yeah. So the celebration is going to be June 24th. It is from 3 to 6 p.m. It'll be at Philip S. Miller, the MAC, that park. We have the amphitheater and the little mill house. We're asking people to, if they want to bring a dish to share, we're kind of going old-fashioned community. That's the thing we've really taken from all this. So if people want to bring a dish to share, that's great. There's going to be some food trucks. We're going to have bubbles and chalk and take a hike and hike the incline or ride your mountain bike.
Yeah.
All things that Rylie would want us to do. There will be a small little blessing. And other than that, it's going to be open house, come, celebrate, hug, remember, that kind of a thing.